Welcome back to antholz-anterselva. The skies have stayed blue for the second race of the day here. The women's pursuit raced over 10 kilometres. Once again, Frank Look has been out on the course, having a look at the conditions and just assessing who are going to be the favourites. I can tell you that Caddy Wilhelm is going to be the first away. Here's Frank right now. He says, with the men's race completed, we're on to the women's. Conditions haven't changed really. It's got slightly warmer and the track, therefore, just a little bit faster. And compared to the men's race, he says, we've got a different scenario with a bigger gap between the leaders. 30 seconds between first and second. Sjöholm and Berger of Norway both chasing down Caddy Wilhelm of Germany. He says, watch out for Sandrine Bailly, who could come through from fourth to finish on the podium. Well, the air temperature, it says 3.1, but I think they've put it right in the sunshine because it's certainly not that warm here in the South Tyrol. Wind temperature, well, it takes it down a little, and there's the all-important figures. The start times between the leaders. Wilhelm goes first. 26 seconds later, it's Berger, then Sjöholm. Anna-Karin Olofsson goes at 1:12. Michaela Ponza, she'll have the support of the local fans, goes at 1:24, comes from just down the road from here. The World Cup leader Olga Pilieva goes off 19, 1:37 behind. Katrina Apel 1:43 in 21st position, and then Svetlana Shuna-Usova starts 28. Watch out for her. She's good at this pursuit, likes the shooting, doesn't get too pressured, and could make her way into the top 5. We've already seen a Russian do that. Nikolai Kruglov, 36th, up to 4th in the men's event. A great race from the young Russian. Further down, Uschi Diesel hasn't had a good week here so far in Antholz. Starts 53rd. Wouldn't be surprised if she decided that it was worth conserving her energy. So welcome to Antholz, just in time for the start of the women's pursuit. The red hat there belonging to Caddy Wilhelm of Germany, who is going to lead the way, and she's got a very healthy margin that she gained in the sprint event by shooting clear. 26 seconds clear of Tora Berger of Norway, and then Linda Sjöholm going off third, 39 seconds down. So we're quite spread out at the start, but I just don't believe that Caddy Wilhelm is going to shoot like the man who started the men's pursuit, Ole-Einar Bjorndalen. 20 with 20 from Ole-Einar today to wrap up his 50th World Cup win. So Wilhelm out on the course, 26 seconds. That's 160 metres or so covered already, and that's the margin that Tora Berger has got to try and make up. 7th and 2nd so far in Antholz, her personal best in the sprint yesterday. So Berger's on a flyer, comes from Trondheim. Here's Linda Sjöholm. 5 podiums, in fact, from the last 7 races. So she's just creeping quietly towards the top of the World Cup standings, has made it up into 7th place. Sandrine Bailly gets underway for France at 43 seconds, just ahead of Martina Glagau of Germany. And then Zabrulova has gone just behind Akhятova, 6 and 7. Simone Denkinger of Germany, the next to go. Good, powerful start from Denkinger. Needs to gain the ground early on. Anna Olofsson of Sweden gets underway. What a brilliant year she's having. Has really taken the biathlon by storm this season. And Olofsson up to 12th in the overall standings, but her last 4 results all in the top 10. Michaela Ponza going 11, just ahead of Zuxia Hu of China. Now Hu skiing incredibly fast. She's underway now, leading that group, but she is having a problem with the standing shooting. Only hit 45% so far. Olga Pilieva starting number 19. She's on the track now, 50 metres covered. She has got to finish in the top 17 if she wants to retain the yellow bib. If she can do that, she'll hold off Caddy Wilhelm, who has gone up into 2nd place. But Pilieva is going to have to forget all about yesterday's race and just make sure she hits some targets today. Race leader Caddy Wilhelm looked very focused yesterday. A really impressive work rate that she managed to pull off, and of course successful with the shooting. Now Glagau still ranks as one of the best shots on the tour. She's having a lot of success with the shooting in the prone position, 92% in prone, but her standing shooting score has dropped down to 81%. That's where Klargaard has had the problems this year. Tora Berger, one of the tall Norwegians in the women's race, and she's working pretty hard. Sandrine Bay closing the gap, floating along. Lovely skiing from Bay, there wearing number 4. She's gone ahead of Linda Sjöholm, who always nods that head. Doesn't make you particularly confident that she's comfortable, but Sjöholm has proved herself effective. Klargaard gaining ground as well. Started 5, she's still in 5. Number 6 going through, that's Albina Akhjatova, who was ill in Oberhof a few weeks ago, but has recovered well and is certainly back to the sort of form that we saw from her at the beginning of the season. Anna Olofsson, very, very strong skier indeed. Already gone ahead of the Pole, Magdalena Gwizdon. Now let's hope that Gwizdon can put in a good run. The Polish fans very disappointed that Tomasz Sikora was unable to take to the starting line today. He's not feeling well. Climbing up out of the Antholz Stadium, coming up towards the highest point of the course now, and a chance to rest the lungs but not the legs. They've got to work all the way down here, gain as much time as possible. Good first turn from Wilhelm. Now this is an interesting development. Sandrine Bay has now gone ahead of Tora Berger, so she is on an absolute flyer at the moment. Certainly looks to be on the sort of form we saw from Bay at the beginning of last season, where she won successive World Cups, had the yellow bib of the World Cup leader for a while. Lying second in the Pursuit World Cup, third in the overall, so I don't think Bay will have given up the chase for the overall title at the end of this season. And with Liv Greta Poiré off form, missing the whole of the Antholz meeting, I don't think we're going to see her challenge, so Bay has a very good chance, and in fact an open season with Pilieva leading, Wilhelm 2, Bay in third position, just over 50 points behind, in fact 60 points behind the leader Pilieva. Zaitseva of Russia, not here in Antholz, she's not been well, so she's not racing, is in fourth position at the moment. Diesel has dropped down into fifth, 360 points, so she's 98 points off the lead, and Martina Klargaard in sixth position, 348 points, so she's just over 108 points down off the leaders at the moment. So any one of those top 6 competitors has a chance, and of course Linda Sjöholm, don't rule her out, 347, Zabrilova 346, still just outside that 100 mark, so I think things could change. This is the 15th race of the season, still another 12 to come. 27 in all. Now, Kati Wilhelm, can she continue the success she showed on the range last year? Flags are still, sky's blue. It doesn't come much better than this, but a change of sights from Wilhelm. Four out of 5 will do for now, but Bay may seize the opportunity. All the French have been very, very successful in the range. 85% hit rate for Sandrine Bay so far in the prone position this season. One opportunity, she's got to go clear if she's going to catch Kati Wilhelm. Halfway round the loop now, the German. So far so good for the French woman. 5 out of 5, excellent stuff. Now the Norwegians, can they hold their nerve? Side by side, shooting in opposite directions. First mistake comes from Linda Scherholm. Tora Berger stays clear again. She is maturing very rapidly indeed. Good performances. Martina Glago and Simone Denkinger alongside each other. Glago's thrown one wide. For a woman who's hit over 92% of prone, that's a bad miss in these conditions. Denkinger and Zubrilaga are still in the chase. Akhятova of Russia, she's gone clear. And so the margins, well, they certainly won't have grown significantly. 2.6 seconds between first and second. And Tora Berger just 13.2 down. What a brilliant run. Are we going to see another podium finish from her? Denkinger 22 off the pace. She's never finished in the top three. She's had fourth positions, so that would be another nice surprise for the German team. Zubrilova 29.2 off the leaders. Watching out for Olga Pilieva, who started 19th today. Pilieva didn't have a good race in the sprint event and has got to try and get into the top 7. There she is, just leaving the range now, so she's still a minute or so off the leaders, having started 1:37 behind. Well, we'll just catch up on Pilieva's position. Majority of the field, well, the majority of the top 15 going clear after that first shoot. Kati Wilhelm very well focused, but just threw one wide. Sandrine Bailly, as expected, 5 with 5 for her. Nice and delicate on the trigger finger. And no sign of tension in the face of Sandrine Bailly. She's in second now. Berger in third. Denkinger is up into fourth, 22 seconds behind. Looking for the bib of Olga Pilieva. She's moved from 19th, gone clear, and has gained 10 places on that very first shoot, so she can't rule her out. She's in 9th position at the moment. 1:04 off the leader. Antholz, the first shoot completed in the women's pursuit. There's been a change of lead, a little surprising, because Wilhelm started with a 26-second lead over the two Norwegians. She was 43 seconds clear of Sandrine Bailly, who has closed that down with a perfect shoot at the first attempt and is out skiing Kati Wilhelm. So that's an indication that Sandrine Bailly really is on flying form, going very well indeed. Other names to have moved to the top: Simone Denkinger going well, Tora Berger is in there, Elena Zubrilova is still on course, possibly for her second win of this meeting here in Antholz. Denkinger, it would be a great occasion, and certainly one for the cameras, where she'd have finished in the top 3. I think we'd see a smile that would fill this Antholz Valley. It's been a long, hard struggle for Denkinger. The German squad just so strong. She hasn't really made her name in the top 4, so she gets the occasional start in the relay. But a good run here today could secure her position in the World Championship squad. Good shot of Bailly. She comes down, just taking it easy. They would normally have really driven the legs over the hill to accelerate, but they're starting to calm down now, coming into the range for the second shoot. Only 2 kilometers in between shoots, and it's only taking something like 2.5 minutes, 2:40 to cover each kilometer. So just over 5 minutes in between each shoot. Bailly it is who will claim lane 1 unless she surrenders that. A little bit of movement from the flags. They're going to have to take a note of that. I wonder whether we'll see Wilhelm change the sights again. Side by side for the second shoot. This is the sort of situation that forces mistakes. France versus Germany. Bay nearest the camera, Wilhelm on the far side. Well, there is your answer. It can all change so quickly, and Sandrine Bailey has made it look easy. Katy Wilhelm having an absolute nightmare. The first two going wide, she's not quite sure what's happened. Probably not noted that there is a slight breeze blowing from left to right. It's caught her out. Remember, she did change the sights. I think she changed them anti-clockwise, which would have been to the left. So Wilhelm has paid for that decision. 3 misses, but Germany will still be in the top 2. If Denkinger can clear this, yes she does. She goes up into the top 2 positions. Berger of Norway taking her time. Nice deliberate shooting for Tora Berger. No need to be impatient in this long pursuit race. Well, it's not so long, but there's a lot of shooting to be done, and it's important to clear it. She's gone clear so far. Tora Berger will hold her position in the top 3. Albina Akhmatova with a chance to move up into contention. She gets 4, takes her time, but the 5th one goes down eventually. So, Bailly, Denkinger, just seen Katy Wilhelm heading on to the penalty loop again. What a depressing situation for her. She was away and clear at the start of the race, but she's lost ground. Martina Glago starting to climb back up the order, started 5th. Excellent shooting from the German. How's Anna Olofsson getting on? Her runner results continue. Oh, she's thrown that, rushed that last shot, looked as though it went high, and she's got 1 penalty loop to do, but could still finish in the top 10 to keep her run of success going. Malgina Makarova, the young Russian, shooting much better today. Grigorin throwing 2 wide, and Arpel missing 1. But have a look at the time differences. Akhmatova 57 seconds down. She's still got a chance. Anyone within a minute and a half has got a chance of winning as they go through the halfway stage. But it becomes tougher and tougher. That's fairly obvious. Glago knows it. 1:10 to make up. She's got to go clear. Olga Pilieva started 19th, up into 7th. The yellow bib, if she can keep this going, is going to stay on her shoulders for the next round of the World Cup on February the 9th. Sherholm dropping down the order, started 3, down into 8th at the moment, needs to recover well on the standing shoot. But here is the woman of the day so far, Sandrine Bailly, looking very smooth, totally focused. Just having a look at we'll take a quick break. We'll be back before the 3rd shoot. Do stay with us. This is going to go all the way. antholz-anterselva, Sandrine Bailly heading back down towards the stadium for the first of the standing shoots. Is this where her challenge is going to be derailed, or can she keep this good run going? 10 out of 10 targets down so far from Bailly, a woman who's already won 4 Pursuit World Cups, so she knows what the pressure is all about. Here's a woman who doesn't. Simone Denkinger, fingers crossed for her. It would be an absolute delight if she can finish in the top 3 today. Never achieved a podium place. She's been 4 times in 4th position. One of those in the mass start in the World Championships last year. So close to taking a medal. Breathing hard, working very hard. I wonder whether the situation is going to get to her. She is one of those who tends to crack on the last shoot if the pressure is really on. So it's going to take a lot of mental control for Denkinger to secure a top 3. I wonder what the right psychological approach is. Incidentally, if you're wondering where Mike Dixon, my co-commentator, is, he's taken leave from Antholz, gone north to Ruhpolding in the south of Germany to compete in the British Championships there, biathlon and cross country. He's just finished his first race, the 15-kilometre, and come in 11th position, which isn't too bad for a man who's spent the last 2 months sitting in a commentary box. So congratulations there. Mark Walker taking the win. Some of you may know Mark having a great run, winning that event by a full 2 minutes. And I'll try and update you on the state and the races, the results from the British Championships as the weeks go on. Now, big moment for Sandrine Bay, looking for a third win of the season. She won in Oslo, she won again the first race in Östersund. Third in the World Cup standings last year, and she's lying in third at the moment. This would do her no harm at all in closing the gap down on Wilhelm and Pilieva. Rushed that fourth one, getting a little confident, but she's only missed one, a gap, well, a healthy gap she had before. Simone Denkinger skiing worryingly fast. I know she's on good form, but it may have paid just to steady down. Now, control the standing shoot. Denkinger, 75% hit rate so far in the standing. Well, she gets 5. She was a little lucky with number 4. It was right on the edge. The round split, but enough of the lead hit the target, and down it went. So Denkinger has closed the gap on the lead. Bailly has it at the moment. 20:19 the time. Only 10-11 seconds between them. Denkinger has got to control the situation. Berger, can she make a comeback? 5 out of 5. Easy as you like. Great shooting from the Norwegian. Achatova sensing that and taking her time over the targets. Klago settled with the blue hat, just 2 down from the camera. Kati Wilhelm, remember, who started the race, is outside the top 4 at the moment and in a little bit of trouble. A big gap opening up at the front of this field. Bay leads, 10 seconds behind is Denkinger, and Tora Berger of Norway, no relation of Lars as far as we can work out, 34 seconds down. Kati Wilhelm. Good comeback. Really good response after a nightmare on the second prone. Kati Wilhelm has cleared the standing targets, and Olga Pilieva is there as well, so limiting the damage to her World Cup lead. Good run from Pilieva, started 19th. Mistake from Anna Olofsson. I know we've got 1 or 2 viewers who are very big fans of the Scandinavian teams. They will have been delighted with Oleana Bjorndalen's performance this morning. And I dare say looking for a good run from Anna Olofsson, but it looks as though she's overcooked it on the third loop and has thrown 3 wide in the standing. Filippa has gone clear and could move herself into the top 12 positions. The best of the Italians is Natalie Santa, going to get one over on Michela Ponza, who has been dominant so far this year amongst the Italian team, but Santa's throwing 2 standing wide. Her prone is good. She needs some lessons from boyfriend Oleana on how to hit the standing targets. Ponza goes 5 with 5. Gwisdon of Poland, she's an excellent shot, and she's done it yet again. Remember the distance, 50 metres. These are extraordinarily accurate standing shots from Sandrine Bay. Well, there's the miss, thrown it high as we suspected, and the last one went down nicely. That was a little bit low, but 2 of those 5 would have hit the prone target. That's some shooting. Just a reminder that in the standing shoot, the 2 ring sights aren't held on target. They just drift over the target, and you let the round go at the appropriate time. Well, great shots of Simone Denkinger when she came through the range for the 3rd time. She's hit the targets and closed the gap down on Sandrine Bay. 10.8 seconds behind, losing no ground at all. Should the Frenchwoman make a mistake, then maybe it will all change. What a great craft. Just the way to see the Antholz Valley, or the Antholz Tal, I should call it. It doesn't look powerful enough to drive your lawnmower, but he's got a great shot of events here. It's been poor weather, so he's been grounded for the last 4 days. But as you can see, blue skies, bright sunshine, the temperature going up all the time. And because of the cold conditions this morning, the skiing is actually getting faster and faster. Denkinger, control it. Don't push too hard. You'll pay too big a price on the final shoot. She's loving every single second of this. Seems to be taking in the whole situation, looking at the fans, reading the banners. Sandrine Bailly, on the other hand, totally focused. Pressure is certainly not off. She skied well, but that one mistake in that standing shoot has cost her. Here comes Tora Berger. The tempo, absolutely phenomenal. This is a reminder of Murillo de Zolt from the 80s, who used to ski at an incredibly high tempo, and slightly strange for someone as tall as Tora Berger. But if you don't have the strength, you can make up for it by just increasing the tempo, and that's exactly what she's doing. Well, you've got to make your mind up who you want to win this one. We have France leading with Sandrine Bailly, already won 2 World Cups this year. We've got Simone Denkinger of Germany in second place, who's having the race of her life so far and is only 2.5 kilometres away from a possible first World Cup win. And in fact, if she can finish in the top 3, that will be a first as well. And then Tora Berger chasing hard for Norway in third place at the moment. Berger had a good start, started second, 7th and 2nd already here in Antholz. It's been a great meeting for the young Norwegian. And on the World Cup ranking, she's down in 20th position at the moment. She also has never had a World Cup win, so if Bailly should make 1 or 2 mistakes, a really big opportunity. But my goodness, have they got to control their minds if they're going to do it. This last shoot, by far and away the hardest, not only because you're more tired than you have been at any stage of the race, but you know just how crucial it is. Here goes Bailly, the work rate is high, trying to hold off Denkinger. Can she focus? 4th shot went wide last time round. Now, Denkinger really looking very controlled indeed. I suspect a few butterflies in her stomach. She has a chance. 2 misses from Bailly. If she can hit 4, she's holding, starting to tense up. Just needs to pretend she's training. 1 more hit, the win could be hers. Down it goes. Oh, right, the race is on, so 4 misses, and Sandrine Bailly on the penalty loop. Denkinger almost certainly assured a podium finish. Berger, though, could surprise them all. 5 out of 5 on the last stand. Big moment, never won. Oh, she could too now. She joins the chase at the front of the field, and the real pressure is on Ahiatova and Wilhelm. They know they need to go clear if they want any chance of finishing in the top 3. There's the penalty loop. Denkinger has completed her first. Sandrine Bailly only 10 metres behind, having completed 2, but it is Tora Berger who comes out with the lead. Well, I think of these 3, Berger is the slowest, Denkinger the 2nd slowest, Bailly by far and away the fastest, and they're in reverse order. That should be a race to the line. 2,000 metres to go. The chase is on. The podium place is pretty much decided. Now, can Pilieva make... oh, what a shame. It's been a great race so far from Pilieva. But 1 miss, 2 misses, and she's going to drop down probably outside the top 7 positions. Linda Scherholm, just 1 mistake, 1 loop to do. Martina Glago, cool and calm, icy cool eyes, and down goes shot number 5. Elena Zabrilova in the green pants, red top for Belarus. Katrine Arpel at the far end of that group. Now, what is happening? Berger still with the lead. Denkinger in 2nd place, but not for long, because here comes Sandrine Bailly, looking so light on the skis. Well, Simone Denkinger needed that last shot, but even if she finishes in the top 3, that's a great boost. Berger, of course, her personal best coming yesterday in the women's sprint event, taking 2nd place. Denkinger could be after that. I wonder what she's thinking now. I don't think she's going to make a chase for Bailly. I just don't think she can stay with the pace. The French woman's skis running well, but it's the uphill sections where Sandrine is pulling away. Well, she seems to have taken the whole event very, very light-heartedly indeed, and maybe that's the key. Just rule out the nerves and the tension. Look at this ski from Sandrine, just too strong on the day. Despite 2 misses on that last shoot, she has gained 10 seconds back in no time at all. Berger just suffering there as she sees her go past. There is a chaser, and they're only 60 or 70 metres behind. Simone Denkinger cannot afford to relax now. She really ought to be making a charge for 2nd place, because that podium place is not quite secure. As they came out of the 4th shoot, Berger was 5 seconds ahead of Denkinger. Bailly was in 3rd place, 6.4 off the lead. Albina Akhятova 24 seconds down. Could we see Akhятova upset the top 3? Possibly, but it's going to be an almighty ski by Akhятova if she's going to achieve that. She's now got the rest of the German squad out on the tracks. The likes of Uwe Mussigang and Frank Ulrich sending all the skiers out. Get out there, give her support. That is what she needs right now. Well, Norway were hoping for a win. France hoping for a win. It looks as though it's going to go the way of the French. Here comes Kali Wilhelm, who's worked her way past Albina Akhятova, but is still 29 seconds down. She was 32. She's made up 3 seconds or so. But look at this skiing at the front of the field. Sandrine Bailly has saved just that little bit of energy for the last really tough uphill and is opening up the gap. There is no chance for Berger and Denkinger. Those two in a little battle between themselves. It looks as though Denking has come back to life, but she's just got to break right down through the meadows, then up into the stadium for the final time. I think the order decided, to be quite honest, but a little bit of downhill. Maybe we'll see a fall on this last corner. Simone Bailly needs to drive that inside arm forward, almost twisted out there, but she's survived it well. Back onto those skis that are working brilliantly for her today. 3rd to 1st on this last 2-kilometre loop. She must have thought she'd thrown it away with 2 misses in that last standing position. Looks like Frode Andersen out on the track supporting Tora Berger. And she's still doing well, hanging on in there, 4.6 seconds down. It's not impossible, but I'm not sure that Tora Berger has got a sprint that could deal with Sandrine Bailly. Simone Denkinger, PB of 4th. She's going to go 1 better today, but it could so easily have been a win. But what is absolutely vital for Denkinger is that she is the top German, and now she cannot be ignored when it comes to selection for the World Championships. Putting in the race of her life at just the right time. Kali Wilhelm. All went wrong for Wilhelm on the 2nd shoot, the 2nd of the prones. 1 miss on the 1st, then 3 misses on that 2nd shoot. She's cleared all the targets since then, and not many have gone clear in the standing. Tora Berger, of course, 20 out of 20 today. The only one I can see, in fact, Albina Akhятova has also cleared the lot. So 2 clear shoots in the field of 60 today. Sandrine Bailly, 0, 0, 1 and 2, but she is back to her very best skiing form, and it is that which has earned her the win here today. Congratulations to Bailly, her 3rd win of the season, closing the gap down at the top of the order. Berger, wow, finished, absolutely finished. 7th, 2nd and 2nd. What a run of results for Tora Berger. And how about Simone Denkinger? She'll go and find a quiet corner. A very emotional moment for Denkinger. Finally, she makes the top three. Wilhelm dropping from first down into fourth, 27 seconds down. But what a race. Two contrasting races today. Oleina Bjorndalen absolutely slaughtering the field in the men's. The women's race, a very, very tight affair indeed. There's the winner. That's the fifth pursuit that Sandrine Bay has taken in her career. And maybe she will start the World Championship event as the favourite for this discipline. Certainly on that sort of form, she is going to be very tough to beat. She can afford to miss a couple of targets and still come through to win. Martina Glago, well, not the sort of win that she would have wanted. Started fifth, finished down in sixth position. And missing two targets of the 20. Linda Scherholm dropping through the order, started third, and Scherholm missing one on each of the shoots, 4 misses in all. Elena Zabrilova keeps her chance alive of taking the overall title at the end of the year, picks up useful points today. 141 off the lead, started 7, finishes 8th, and Zabrilova hitting 18 out of 20. 1 miss in the prone, 1 miss in the first of the standing shoots. Olga Pilieva, gain of 10 places today. Started 19, finishes in 9th position. So that effort has meant that she will start the next World Cup in yellow as the World Cup leader. Ishtak Christiansen, 10th position today. 3 young Norwegians in the top positions. Well, they really don't need Liv Greta Poiré at all. But when Poiré comes back and is on form, the Norwegians are going to have a very, very strong relay team and should give the Germans a run for their money. Arpel just outside the top 10 today. Filipova of Bulgaria 13. Anna Karin Olofsson, she won't want you to know about her shooting. She's missed 5. 1-1-3-0 for Olofsson. All went wrong on that first standing shoot. I think she just pushed the skiing a little bit too hard, so her run of top 10s comes to an end, but still picks up useful points. And I think by the end of the season we could well see Olofsson in the top 7 or 8, and then watch out for her next year, and especially Torino 2006. Maybe we're going to see a Swedish medal there. Shona Usova, 17th place, and she started 28th, so she's gained 11 places. I think she'll be happy with that. 2 misses on the day. Best of the Czechs, Holobachova, 18th place. Andrea Henkel coming in to finish for Germany, down in 19th. And Jacqueline gets World Cup points, finishing 20th. You saw the celebrations, and that's why. That's a good move for her, real improvement. 20th position for Jacqueline, with just 2 misses out of the 20. She'll be delighted, and I'm sure so will the French coaches. Rachel Steer of America lives in Alaska, actually, in Anchorage, and she's coming in 23rd. 3 misses, all of those coming in the prone. Good standing shooting from Steer. Always skiing well, but has been a little loose with the rifle this season. Xingyang Liu of China, not a good meeting up here at altitude, skiing fast enough but hasn't been able to control the rifle at all. Missed 7 shots in all, but still held on to some World Cup points, finishing 28th. Brankovic of Slovenia in 29th, and Katja Beer was in 30th, the last to pick up points. The rest will get nothing for their troubles. No prize money, no points, but I'm sure they enjoyed the occasion. Sasha Santa, 39, should let you know what happened to the Italians today. Of course, Michela Ponza, generally the best of those, and she's finished top again. 14th position for Ponza, started 11, drop of 3 places, and 3 targets missed on the day. Natalie Santa featured early on, but made mistakes in the standing, missed 2 each time, 4 misses in all for Santa, so an extra 600 metres, and she's come in 27th. Now, it doesn't sound too good, but it's the first World Cup points that Natalie Santa has picked up this season, so I think there will be a celebration in hand, a double celebration. Oleana Bjorndalen, her partner, picking up 50 World Cup points, his 50th World Cup win, and going back to the top of the table, and Natalie Santa getting her best result of the season. Liu, 2 Lius on the Chinese team. 1-1, 7 misses, so the Chinese having looked very, very promising. Ruhpolding and Oberhof, they're starting to, I think they're just starting to rush too early. Either that or they're starting to get tired. We've been talking about their training schedule over the last couple of weeks with Mike Dixon, and he's absolutely staggered by the work rate that they're having to put in, and I think maybe starting to pay a price for that. It's brought them up to good form, but now they're starting to break away. Maybe the muscles just can't take it anymore. So we'll watch their form with interest when the World Cup Tour gets going again on the 9th of February. We stay in Italy for the next round, and then we head to Pokluka, and then a little break before the World Championships, which are taking place, as I'm sure you know, in Hochfilzen this year. The dates for the World Championships, the 5th of March through to the 13th, and then there's a little break before they go to Khanty-Mansiysk in Siberia to wrap up the season, and that's when they're going to try the first mixed relay ever in the World Cup. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's a format that we suggested some time ago should be used to give minor nations a better chance of competing in the relay events. So 2 men, 2 women going in those relays. It's going to be a fascinating affair. And on today's progress, well, the French will stand a very good chance, and I guess the Norwegians will fancy their chances with such a strong squad in both men and women's tours this season. So an excellent way to finish the Antholz meeting and this leg of the Biathlon Cup. 3 weeks, solid racing. 9 races in all. And what scenery. It really is one of the most spectacular resorts, looking up to over 2,500 meters above the stadium. Picking up some reasonable snow, but still not as much as they would have expected at this time of year. There's confirmation of the results here in the women's pursuit. Sandrine Bailey getting win number 3 of the season. Her second pursuit win. That will close the order. She's closed the gap. Hasn't gone to the top of the overall standings because, of course, Pilieva surviving as the yellow bib holder. Katie Wilhelm not having a bad run today in 4th position. But what a day for Sandrine Bay initially, but Tora Berger, fantastic runner, finished second, and absolutely delighted for Simone Denkinger of Germany, who has secured her first ever podium finish here in Antholz. Let's hope it gets better and better from there. So that's all from Antholz. Great conditions and a good crowd turnout. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage and the success of Bjorndalen of Norway and Bay of France. So just the last few seconds to appreciate the scenery here in the South Tyrol. There's plenty of winter sport action going on this weekend with luge and Nordic combined.